Did you watch Raw?
Yeah.
Okay. Raw. They're doing, actually. I'll tell you what. For TV, they're doing a decent job of building up the Riddle Roman match. Like they're giving Riddle's been pretty good on the mic. They're giving him wins. He's on Miz TV. Him and Heyman and Riddle actually. This was an awkward out on this segment though, because when Riddle's in the ring with Heyman and Miz and the Usos come out, I thought they was going to lead to some physicality or something, but the Usos were just coming out for their next match, which is kind of weird. This was kind of strange too. Montez Ford against Jimmy Uso, bro. Like the Street Profits wrestled the Usos a week ago, right? And the Usos took like the most of the match, and they got counted out. Mm-hmm. And the what's her name's won. So then Jimmy Uso wrestles Montez Ford. They go 13 minutes, and Jimmy beats him clean. It's like this is a weird way to build these guys as challengers for these titles. Did you watch this?
Yeah, but that's the bloodline's massively protected now. Like
right, obviously massively protected. But I don't mind that, because bro, Vince is from the school of like Bruno was champion for 8 years, Backlash. Like that's still in the back of his mind. Like maybe he's gone complete circle as he's gotten older and gone back to what he knows, which is 1970s and 1980s wrestling.
You'd have to say he's gone circle because he hasn't protected anyone for years. The biggest problem with establishing stars over the last 10 years has been 50-50 wins.
Right.
So you can't build anyone like that.
Yeah, but he's protecting these guys. Which is it's really not. I mean, people can complain about this. I don't mind it at all.
What's most notable? Sorry to cut you off. Was that he protected Cody, because going into Hell in a Cell, for that not to be 1-1 and then have Hell in a Cell, for me, that was a big change. Indirect, because not a big change, but it's just not what they would have done with anybody else. Like for Cody to, obviously, not WWE logic is you set that match up, you set it up as one apiece. Now, even that night when you knew that you had to write Cody off, you still gave him the Hell in a Cell win while he was injured, which is crazy because now he's 3-0. And you still need to go back to Rollins and Cody, which is probably going to be a ladder match for Money in the Bank, and Cody's going to be 4-0. So he's very much changed.
What if Vince in his mind says, you know what? I'm going to book Cody Rhodes exactly like I booked Hulk Hogan. Let me see if it works. Like you just got to win every match. Bro, how many jobs did Hogan do in his entire WWE run? On televised losses, clean losses.
Clean.
Just never happened.
Only the Ultimate Warrior in his first.
Yeah, run. I mean, what if they're booking Cody this way? Like, I want to try and build another baby face, and Cody checks all his boxes, So
Yoko wasn't clean, Joe.
Right.
Oh, that's right. The fireball.
The camera. Yeah.
I want to talk about this. So Rollins has a sit-down interview. Bro, I am. I don't know if you used to listen to our show, but I was down on Rollins. Right. I didn't like his style of work. I didn't like where he'd do the thing where he'd sell the knee for 2 minutes and all of a sudden his knee would miraculously be better and he'd do an explosive move running all over the place and then he'd go back to selling the knee. It's just, he'd always outsmart the baby face. He wrestled like a baby face. He was the architect. Just everything. The guy was lost in trying to find out who he was, right? And ever since he's been doing this Joker character, bro, he's grown on me. I think he's one of the best performers in wrestling today. And his interviews are just on point. He's obnoxious. He's invested in being a tremendous heel. And I'm all in on him right now. I think he's his stock is really high to the point where I'm watching the way he's being booked where, bro, everybody says people go, why did Rollins have to lose 3 times? Stuff. I go, because when you give a heel his heat back, that's all we want. When you're a heel in professional wrestling, okay, and you want to get pushed, you do not care about doing a job to anybody. Say, just give me my heat back. And that's what they've been doing with him. They've just been giving him his heat back constantly. And the guy is still, he's lost all these matches. And you're looking at him going I can see him as the champ because he keeps getting his heat back. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Are you a fan of his as much as I am?
I think. Yeah, I enjoy what he's doing now. Again, I'm not so much in the camp where you can lose and lose and lose and lose and lose. I didn't like how they got to WrestleMania with those where he was losing, when he was trying to get a match at WrestleMania. I think if somebody's trying to get a match at WrestleMania, as Vince said eventually when he had that meeting with him, why don't you just ask me? you shouldn't be trying to get on the Mania card if you're a top star. So I don't think he was showcased as a top star. But yeah, I mean, ever since the feud with Edge, like his work has been great. Like he's not responsible for the writing. Like not many people can defeat like the bad writing, and the bad way that they get to things, and having to overcome all these losses and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, his performance, he does well with what he's given. So yeah,
you made a good point, and we talk about this too. It's like the wrestlers on Raw. I don't know when they flipped it. Remember months ago when Vince? I don't know even why he had to say this, right? He said he wanted matches to mean more. Like he wanted the matches to have more stakes involved and stuff, everything, right? Ever since he said that, it's like the material that they were giving these characters on the show, as lame as it was, you could tell that the characters on the show knew it was lame when they were delivering the material. Like if their interviews were writing, they were delivered like they would deliver the material, which kind of like, not with any emphasis, not to deliver, to highlight how material was, right? To the point where he goes, oh, that's lame stuff. But they've taken whatever material they've given him now, and they say, you know what? I'm just going to try and make this the best I can. And the characters are invested in their characters and invested in their creative. Like whatever they're giving the characters in WWE right now, the characters saying, all right, I'm going to make this work. And it's like the show has gotten a little bit better because of it. Do you see the same thing I do?
I don't see a better show. I see some good shows, some bad shows.
I think the show's been better. But I think the show's been a little bit better. Not drastically, but I think Sami Zayn's been great. I think Riddle's been great. I think Owens and Ezekiel are making as much out of this goofy thing. We'll get to it, but they're making as much of this as they can. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's goofy material, but it's like it's entertaining me. I'm not like I used to watch these shows like some of these shows like Raw. I would watch I would watch the show. I can't watch the show. Then I watch the Hulu version. Then I am fast forwarding through the Hulu version. Then it's like I can't even watch the Hulu version that much. I'll watch these little on YouTube. Some of these guys will have YouTube clips in the show. They'll do a 25-minute highlight thing of the show and just watch that from start to finish, right? Then it'd be like, I can't even watch that. I got to watch the Raw. I just watched the Raw top 10 on the WWE website, right? I'm back to watching some of these segments on the show because the characters are kind of invested in what they're doing, right?
Okay, but then you're watching it differently to me. So the suffering part isn't there because you don't do the full 3 hours and have to experience the fatigue.
Do you watch it live or do you watch it on tape?
I watch it in the morning now. I watched it live.
You don't watch it live.
I watched it live for a long time. Only the last couple of years I've stopped. But I watch it. I get up I watch it in the morning. So I get up and watch it. I start Raw at 1 a.m. and fall asleep to it, and then pick up where I left off. So I probably watch 2 hours in the morning.
Right, interesting.